Hi, ladies. Welcome to Let's Talk Purpose. My name is Bianca Cotton, and I am your host. I am the founder of Behind the Confident Smile, where we inspire women to walk in love, live in hope, and be healed from past hurts. And tonight, I have the fabulous Crystal Lejeune. Don't they just roll off your tongue? Uh, And before we get to learning more about her fabulousness, don't she look beautiful, y'all? I want to thank you for being here and sharing with us your purpose and your journey to purpose and your journey post today, right? Um, and before we hand it over, you see this lovely piece right here in my hair, y'all. Let's talk about it. She made it. I'm for real. So go follow her. She'll give you all her Instagram handles and such. But no, she's the real deal. And she laid her hair down real nice. I got a lot of locks. So she patient with me. And before I had locks, I was rocking a short do, a cut, a fade, and she did that too. So she's versatile. Haircuts, braids, beards. If you a guy, if you watch it, kids. So just wanted to say that she's a powerful woman. Seriously, her favorite color is green. That's what she's wearing today. She's an artist, designer. She's the brand. Okay, she wears many hats, like I share, and I have benefited from her purpose, as you can see. You know, her beauty makes me feel elegant and queenly, y'all. Don't you just love it? She is born and raised on the south side of Chicago, and she does music, fashion, hair, and most of all, she creates beauty with love. Don't we need more of that today? Yes. So, well, let's talk purpose. The purpose of this series is focused on helping you to identify your purpose and walk in your purpose by listening to other women who are doing that. And purpose, just in case, we don't know what it means, just want to give a friendly reminder the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. So tonight we're going to find out why crystal exists. Welcome, Crystal. So tell us a little bit more about yourself that I didn't already do.
Well, first, I want to say thank you very much, Bianca. I really appreciate you inviting me to share my purpose, and I appreciate you just allowing me to service you and to make you even more beautiful than you already are. I just really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, and your consistent support. Like over the years, you've been consistent. You've helped me grow as well. So I just want to say thank you.
Cheers. My pleasure.
Yes, no problem. So a little bit about myself. My name is Crystal Lejeune Miller. Miller is my last name. A lot of people don't know that. They think Lejeune is my last name, but it's my middle name. So I'll get into that. But yes, born on the south side of Chicago. I'm the oldest of two girls. I've been creating things since I was a little girl, since I was in first grade, I've been making stuff. Oh, yeah, so I kind of didn't realize what it was until I got a little older, but yeah, just growing up, doing a lot of artistic things, I would say. I sing, I've been singing since I was a little girl. I think everything that I do now I've been doing since I was a kid. But I started off working in a barber shop doing braids when I was 18 years old. And that's what led me into the barbering industry, just working around all the guys cutting hair. That also inspired me to want to cut hair. And then, I'm kind of like all over the place right now, but then I went to college first. Let me just go back. I went to college for graphic design, got a degree in graphic design, and that didn't work out for me. So that's what led me to going to barber college. I had already been working in the hair salon, doing the braids and everything, working in a barber shop doing braids. But when I graduated, I wasn't able to get that dream job that I thought I was gonna get from, going to college and all of that. So
Interesting.
I had to do what I loved to create money. I had to do what I knew how to do already to create some type of income for myself. And that's pretty much what led me to doing all the things that I do now. Just not being able to get a job or not being able to do the things that other people thought I was going to be able to do by going to school. I'll say that.
You hit on something really important. And in our conversations over the years, we've had conversations about this, your struggles with finding employment in that field and starting to create your own wealth. So tie that into talking about more about your purpose, which is art and different artistic forms, and how you have been able to generate income for yourself using those different mediums.
Yeah, because I do so much. It's like, when people tell me to tell them a little about myself, it's hard to tell them a little because I do a lot, but it all falls underneath art. But, just by me not being able to get a job, it motivated me to do something because I'm just not the type of person to just sit back and just wait. So, of course, like I said, I had started doing braids. I had started braiding hair when I was 14. My dad's girlfriend taught me how to braid hair. So I learned that, and I was braiding hair and bringing people home to the house. And my dad got tired of seeing people sitting at his kitchen table when he came home from work. So he was like, Chris, you can't do this at my house. All these strange people coming in my house. And that's what inspired me to go and look for a barber shop or a hair salon to work in. And because I didn't have a license, I automatically just knew in my head that, okay, you can't work in a hair salon because you don't have a license. So I went to the barber shop, because braids was really popular at that time. So I'm like, let's see. Do you guys need a braid girl and somebody do braids? And at that time, that was not something that you saw in a barbershop. So I feel like I was one of the pioneers of being the braider in the barbershop. So I started that. I had always wanted to do graphic design because I like making stuff, but that was on the computer. And I didn't realize that I wasn't going to like sitting at the computer so long. I didn't realize that until I went to school. And it was cool, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And then working in a hair salon, working in a barbershop for years, I got my license. Me and my boyfriend, we were selling stuff from out of the house, on the couch. He brought home a bag of socks one day. I'm gonna tell you the story. He brought home a bag of socks one day, and I came home and it was a whole. And I'm looking at him like,
what you doing with them socks?
Yeah, what are we gonna do with socks? I know we need socks, but not this many socks. He was like, well, we're gonna sell them. Mom was like, okay. And I was in barber college at the time, and so I took him to the barber college, and socks was selling.
Wow. Who would have ever thought?
Who would have ever thought?
He knew something you didn't know.
Yeah. He's the risk taker. I'm the one, I like to create stuff, but he's the risk taker. He'll do the risk taking. I take risks, but not those kind. I'm a little scared when he comes to that.
It's like socks? I don't know.
Yes. So the socks started selling, and we started buying other things to sell. Started doing the flea market. Then we live in the. We walking down the street, up and down the street to the store. The landlord of a building asked us were we interested because he knew we were selling stuff. If we were interested, and the rest is history. We got a storefront, and we've been open for 8 years now.
Wow.
And that's also how how I started to make jewelry, because people kept coming in the store asking me, did I make stuff? And I got tired of telling them no.
There was a
And
demand.
yes, and that just re-sparked the flame of my creativity from when I was a kid, making different stuff. You know, I used to glue buttons and sew buttons on everything, all just different kind of things like that. So that kind of re-sparked that. And
Interesting. And I benefited from your research. Let me tell y'all, I don't know how many pairs of earrings I bought from this lady right here. Okay. It's she said the shop has been open for 8 years. I met her a year after the shop was open. So I've benefited. These earrings right here, I bought from there. Some blue jean earrings that I cannot find. They somewhere. Um, and I'm kind of upset about it. But you know, when you move and you pack stuff away, then you like, what did I do with it? One of them type of moments. Um, and then bought another pair of earrings and another pair. So yes, without Crystal right here walking in her purpose, I would not be benefiting. Like real talk. Just saying.
I didn't even realize that I was walking in my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I really didn't realize it. I just was kind of just like living on what I was inspired to do, like from my heart. Um, and then, you know, like sometimes I always say, like, sometimes when the doors are shut on you, that could be like a blessing in disguise. Um, so it's like I've always felt like I never fit in, and then I started to actually embrace it and just be myself. And people used to call me weird, and I've been my whole life, even when I was younger. People always used to, you know, I've very been creative with the way I dress since I was a little girl. So it's just like, just learning to accept who you are is like one of the beginning parts of starting to live in your purpose, you know. So, and walking your purpose, that's one of the things that actually helps you once you just accept who you are, you know. And
That's
then you can
so
go from
good. That's
there.
so let's dig into that a little bit. What was that moment where you like, you know what, I'm just gonna accept me today? Or was it moment?
You know what, it happens over and over again, because I feel like I'm always evolving and growing into something new. So it's like I constantly have to accept the new rebirthing of myself too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
um it's I don't know, it's
Real.
like,
That's real. Like the evolution of you. We continue to evolve. So Crystal recently had a birthday. I won't share her age, y'all, but just know she fabulous. You won't guess it. Trust me. But you muted yourself. But
oh, look, you see that? I said it automatically
but
muted. Oh my goodness.
but just know, like, in the time that I've known her, like, she has evolved and continues to get finer. Like, as what, like, wine ages, she is just aging well.
Thank
Because she
you.
keeps embracing. You keep embracing who you are, and that takes courage. That takes
It
boldness
does.
to say, you know what, I'm gonna just stay. I'll just stay comfortable with who I used to be because I don't want to break through to the new me.
Yes, it's difficult because, you know, you have to, sometimes you have to go inside, and you know, you have to think about things that may not be comfortable thinking about. You have to do things that may not be comfortable, but that has helped me as well, just like, you know, reading different self-development books, and just wanting to be a better me. um so I like to read different things that's going to help me. There's actually is a book for anything you wanted to learn how to do. There's a book for it.
Yes.
And there's a lesson of so yeah, and I enjoy reading. So that's another thing that I do to kind of help me. I like to read self-development books.
That's good. Continuous learning is so crucial, and along with continuous learning, how would you what would you say how you live out your purpose on a daily basis? What does that look
Well, well, I make sure that I create something every day.
like?
That's one thing. How do I every day? Well, I have to open my store. I have to greet people. Just like I said, just waking up and living every day, just pushing through. That's how, because life is not easy all the time. It's not fun all the time.
This is true.
Even
It's
when
not a party all the time.
yeah, and even with creating things, I feel like I have to be in a certain mood to create. So just working on me, just getting up in the morning and trying to be consistent with my diet and exercise and all of those things, it helps because you have to have your mind right too. I noticed that sometimes like the food that I eat, that puts me in a mood too. So
Yes.
yeah, I just have to.
I wholeheartedly believe that's true. With the food
It
piece.
is so true. Yeah, because I definitely notice my mood when I eat different foods or not drink enough water or, back may hurt or something like that. You may have a headache if you're not drinking enough water. Skin maybe. I always make sure I try to make sure I keep my skin nice because, I want to stay looking youthful forever.
Yeah.
My daily routine is just being consistent with what it is that I know I want to do and what I love. That's how I live and walk in my purpose with my daily routine. Just being consistent because sometimes you can start something and you don't finish it, and if you don't finish it, then there's no way to show people or help people because you have to complete the task. So that's pretty much how part of my daily routine, being consistent with what it is I love.
So as a businesswoman, as an owner of Looks and Styles, take us through what you've learned over 8 years. Like you I'm sure it's a lot. So let's do top three. Right? Top
Yeah.
three lessons that you've learned by being a businesswoman for 8 years. And talk a little bit more about your shop and what it means to you.
Well, Looks and Style is it's a Caribbean clothing store. We're located 332 East 75th in Chicago. It's like my baby. It's like my 8-year-old child, like a new mother. It's like you just never know what to expect. It's like you learn as you grow as you go. Like, we make a lot of mistakes, and we try to learn from them and be as protective as possible. So I feel the same way I don't have any children. So my store is like my child. So what I've learned is that, first of all, it's possible. It is actually possible. Sometimes you think it's impossible. And that's why I to have had been with my boyfriend because like I said, he's the risk taker. I'm the one who keeps it going, but he was the one to kind of like give me the push. But you could do it. It's possible. It's possible. And we didn't take out any loans, straight paycheck to paycheck out of our pocket, hustling to make it happen. So that's the first thing I would say. Secondly, I would say what I've learned is you do need to educate yourself on business, because just because we don't know things, that doesn't mean that we're going to get a pass for not knowing. That's the same way, like if you get pulled over by the police and you break the law and you say, oh, I didn't know it was a law. I'm sorry. Well, it's a law. I'm telling you now, but you're still going to get this fine. Yeah. So, educate yourself on business, on finances, on financial freedom. Definitely educate yourself. That's one thing. Education is key, but applying the things that we learn is
powerful.
That's it. We can read all the books, but if we don't put it into action, it's kind of useless. You know what I mean? And so I would definitely educate yourself on whatever it is that you're interested in, so that you can get more information and grow.
Yeah.
And then also I would say, third, basically use what you have now. And what I mean by that is, I know a lot of people want to start things and they always like, well, I have to have this. So I want to start a business. I need to have my desk this first, and I have to have this first. And then, you want to make sure everything is perfect. But I guess there's really no such thing as that, even though it's perfect in the beginning. The idea is perfect. And then everything else becomes perfect when you continue to grow and keep putting on and adding on. So don't let not having everything you think you need to get started stop you from getting started. Because sometimes just starting out is going to help you to grow, and do things, or find new avenues and different ways that you actually can get it done by actually getting started.
That's really good. And I just had another thought about like other conversations we had about being a Black woman business owner, and your support system. Like what does your support system look like as you continue to walk in your purpose and build your business? Do you have other business owners that you get together with? Like, what does that look like for you?
Well, over the years, being on 75th Street has been very, very inspirational. There's a lot of Black businesses on 75th Street. All of the business owners have been in business for a long time. I'm younger compared to them. They've all embraced me. But the main person that I consider almost like a mentor to me is Miss Stephanie Hart from Brown Sugar Bakery. To be like right next door to me. So, my support system is super strong. She's a powerful woman. She's making a lot of moves in Chicago. So I'm glad to be able to be close enough to her to even just be able to talk to her on the phone, and her to give me encouraging words. She's been a business owner for a very long time. So she's been wonderful as far as support and giving me different tips and things to do as far as in business. I know a lot of women that are in business, but as far as like my family support system, that could be a little funny sometimes, because your family are the ones who, I wouldn't say they don't believe in you, but they know you, and it's like they be like, okay, we'll do it then, and it's just like nothing to them, because they be like, oh yeah, Crystal, she been making stuff, or Crystal, she been doing it. To learn that it wasn't that they were downplaying what I did, but it was just that they are used to me being me, and they don't even see that, like, just like how I didn't see I was living in my purpose. I don't even know if they realized it either until other people started to recognize it. The same with myself. It was like other people started to tell me, like, Crystal, did you realize this? And I was like, no, I actually didn't. And my family they're starting to come around too, like, wow, you've been talented. They almost like, well, I already knew, and then, you guys, like you've been there for me. Like, the community is my support system. Like all of my customers, everybody who continues to come in the store and buy things from me, whether I even know their names, I just feel like the love. Sometimes like, you try not to focus on what people haven't been doing for you. I've been focus on what people have been doing, because sometimes you can't get down because your friends and your family are not the ones who are going to be like they're not gonna want to spend all the money, and because it's just like I said, they used to it already. It's like, oh, she does that, okay, that ain't nothing new to me. So
that's real. That's real. So you have found your people, your tribe.
yes,
And instead of
we're
trying to
all
like,
trying.
yeah, instead of trying to like force your family along, you're like, you know what? If they join me, cool. If they don't, cool. I still love you, type of.
Yes.
And for some people, that can take a long time to get to, or be really challenged by that. But when we walk in our purpose is meant to be lived out, not meant to be hidden because of what we feel like we don't have and the support we may not
Yes.
have. But I like what you said, focusing on what you do have is key. Oh,
Yes.
that's key.
Because I had moments where, I would get a little down, feeling that maybe, thinking that, well, if they supported me more, maybe that way for me, but everything happens for a reason. It gives me more energy sometimes too, and then we have to think about it like this: how many things do our family members do that we have no idea that they do, that we haven't been supporting? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's always something that somebody else has that we could be supporting. So I just try not to focus so much on that, and just appreciate all the love that I have been, and just keep on going.
Real. That is real. So, and keeping going. Maybe you thought about this, maybe not. But how has your life changed since realizing your purpose?
Well, it's great because now I can be more intentional. That's the main thing. It's like I can be way more intentional now that I feel like I realize what my purpose is. When you don't know what your purpose is, you kind of maybe all over the place doing a lot of different things. But now I kind of can focus more on what it is that I know I'm here to do, and then actually it's something that I love, and it's just bringing more, it's drawing more people to me, it's growing my business. So yeah.
So Crystal is the artiste, y'all. She like the Pablo Picasso of jewelry, hair. She make handbags, garments. What a hats.
Yeah, I do.
She makes.
Yes.
Okay, she's a creative. Takes old jeans and make them new with something else. All right, y'all.
Yes.
Who you know do that? who you know? You know. I admire your grit. I admire your intentionality. I admire your commitment. She also in the travel business too. I'm gonna let her, talk more about all that. But multiple streams, right? Getting to the point of multiple streams, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful, and like my sister here shared, you can do it too. We can do this, but we just have to put our mind to it and do it, and educate ourselves and apply it. And if we just so happen to trip over something we don't know, learn from it and keep it moving. Purpose gives you fuel. Purpose gives you fuel. But we must educate ourselves about our purpose once we understand what our purpose is. So if my purpose is to create art, because like Chris said, she's been doing this since she was in the first grade. And so she's been honing her craft for years, y'all.
Yes.
For years. And understanding that become the expert, or however we deem what an expert is, or however long it takes to become an expert, that we should continue to evolve and continue to progress and continue to sharpen our toolkit, because
Yeah,
the world is ever changing.
it really
And
is.
so if we don't change with it, you you know the rest.
Mhm.
Like, you know the rest. So Crystal, tell
Yes.
us, what are some things you want us to know, some takeaways, some bite-sized nuggets to chew on?
Ooh. Um, yeah, I think this you can do it. Don't stop. Keep going. Follow your dreams. That's just one thing that I know. Don't let anybody talk you out of it either, because sometimes we like to talk to our friends and family about our ideas. We like to bounce ideas off to kind of get encouragement, and sometimes the words that you receive from people might not be the words you were expecting. So don't let that deter you, because everybody can't see your vision. You know what I mean? And it's not for everybody either. It's like sometimes you have to keep some things to yourself. You have to guard your thoughts and your ideas sometimes, because, like I said, if you don't get that positive feedback, sometimes it can be discouraging. So, you have to have self-motivation. You can't be looking outward all the time for people to give you that encouragement. So I wanted to say that because a lot of the times, like we're going back to family and support system, they don't see the vision. And if they don't see it, you should not lose yours.
Mm, that's real. Ooh, I'm sitting in that, y'all. Real talk. And no,
I've been one to have visions that no one can see but
right,
me.
but
Even now to this day, if there are things that I haven't accomplished yet that I see for myself, that I see very clearly. And I'm like, even right now, like I'm getting excited about it. And it almost brings me to tears. But I can't worry about if they see it or not, because I see it clearly. And it will manifest one day, and the same way you see it so clearly, and then it'll be just like everything else. Like I told you, not necessarily I told you, but I showed you. You know what I mean? So that's even better, showing them. And so it's sometimes it takes time. That's another thing I'd like to say. It doesn't happen overnight, and that can also be discouraging, because I've been seeing things for so years, and just like now, they're just now starting to manifest in the physical realm. And it's been years that I've been seeing this. So it's like it took a long time to get here, but it's happening. And if I would have stopped, it wouldn't have happened. So that's even more encouragement for me to continue to go, because like I said, I see for myself. So I'm
okay.
looking forward to it, you know?
Yes, yes. Sometimes you gotta clap for yourself, y'all.
Girl, yes.
Yes. Be like, give me a hug. Give me a
Yes.
hug.
That really does work too. Like hugging yourself, it seems weird in the beginning,
But it
but
works.
it really does work. I done hugged myself to tears before, like, oh, like this is so lovely. I should have been hugging you for long ago. But yeah,
Love on yourself, y'all.
I'm
Love
learning
on
what that
yourself.
really means. So the older I get, I'm really learning exactly what that means.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. Oh my gosh. So how can we find you? Where can we find you? What's your social media handles? Share the love.
Okay. So I'm Crystal Lejeune, everything. That's the name of the brand. That's my artist name. That's the name of my Facebook, my Instagram, my SoundCloud, my YouTube. I try to make everything consistent so that everyone can find me. But the spelling of my name, Crystal with the Crystal, and Lejeune is spelled Lajuene. And just a little bit about that. That's my middle name, my first and middle name. And I used to hate my middle name when I was a little kid, y'all. I really did. I thought it was like, Mom, Dad, what is a Lejeune? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why did you pick that? But as I got older, I started to embrace it because it means huge. And I'm just like, wow, like, it's just like, see, living in my purpose, not even realizing that my name, I was just like supposed to be who I am today because like Crystal Lejeune, here I am, the young Crystal Lejeune.
That's powerful. Oh, that's powerful.
Yes.
So I'm going to put an ask on you before we close out. You see, I'm looking at you. She has a beautiful voice, y'all. Can you sing us something?
Oh my goodness, she did not do me. Like, who is this? Somebody's birthday or something? Can I sing happy birthday? I don't know what.
Sing us something.
I don't know, what should I sing? I don't know. You just put me on the spot.
You can sing happy birthday. It don't matter. It's gonna sound good. You can sing that. I don't care.
That is gonna be so funny. I know it's somebody's birthday out here.
Yes, right? It's somebody's birthday. Happy birthday, y'all. This is for you.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, she's gonna make me. I'm gonna sing happy birthday to you and you and you. Yes. All over the world.
All over the world.
Okay, guys, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear you. Happy birthday to you.
And ladies, that is Crystal Lejeune. And she just sang that, y'all. I feel like it's my birthday today. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you. It was such a pleasure to have dialogue virtually with you. And
always
learn and to soak up the wisdom. And I hope everybody who is watching this got something from it. Drop it in the comment section and share this video out because she the bomb. Like all of us are, right? And our right. Okay? And our own right. We are the bomb. Don't forget that. So again, this was Let's Talk Purpose. I'm your host, Bianca Cotton, founder of Behind the Confident Smile. Find us at Instagram at Behind the Confident Smile. You can go to behindtheconfidentsmile.com and subscribe to our newsletter so you can get special emails right to your inbox. And press subscribe on this YouTube channel. You don't want to miss nothing, okay? So, thank you for tuning in. We love y'all. We hope that you got some hope from this and keep pushing your purpose. All right, until next time. Any last words, Crystal?
No, I just want to say thank you once again. I really appreciate you.
All right. Good night, you all.